Hey Pony Pals, it's Emma from Pink Pony Studios, and today is kind of a different sort of video. I just finished recently some customs that are a tribute to a YouTube channel that a surprising amount of you know. That was very, very special to me in this past year, 2019, 2020. For those of you who know Unus Annus, started by Crank Gameplays and Markiplier. It was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful channel, and it meant a lot to me personally, just because as a creator, sometimes you get stuck. And I know Mark and Ethan have both talked about this respectively, that sometimes you get stuck in a rut and you just kind of want to put yourself out there and do different things than you initially started doing as a creator. Stuff that, maybe you weren't interested back when you started, but now you want to branch into, seeing as this, interests change and everything around you changes. And it was such a wonderful experiment of a channel. And I have followed, I think I've followed Mark since 2014 and Ethan since 2015 or 2016. So just seeing those guys grow and helping me through high school and now college, this last year of college that I'm in, it has just been a spectacular ride. And I doubt they'll ever see this, but I just want to thank Ethan and Mark for making something that, makes me want to create in not a similar way to them, but in a way that's different from what I have been doing. Because I have been stuck in a bit of a rut between my illustration work and working for Stone and doing my own customs, and I'm doing all of this creative stuff all the time. And you guys sometimes don't see the behind the scenes of it, where I'm struggling to come up with ideas, or I don't want to paint, or I'm having problems, actually getting my vision into something concrete, or I have all these ideas and no time to actually sit down and make them. So I'm going to get better about getting customs out more regularly, but also doing things that I want to do and sitting down and going, okay, well, this is something that makes me happy. And I'm going to share it with all of you guys, regardless of whether or not you enjoy it, because I enjoy it. And I'm hoping that because if you guys follow me, that if I pour my heart into something, that you guys are going to love it no matter what it is. We did see that with the, for those of you who followed us before July and Breyer Fest, or around that time, you guys saw the pit video. Maybe I can put a clip from the pit in here. Cool. So that was such a wild departure from the kind of content that I normally make, that it was so much fun to work on. And I really, once this pandemic is over and once we can gather safely, me and the girls that had done the pit video, we have something very, very special planned for you that was actually very much inspired by Ethan and Mark and Unus Annus. So I want to have more fun with this YouTube channel and kind of push myself outside of not necessarily my comfort zone, but what we think that this push myself outside of the box that is Model Horse YouTube. And that's such a weird thing for me to say, but without further ado, I'm going to introduce the customs to you guys and go over these. As of right now, they are both sold. Unus at this point is still up for offers, but by the time this video goes out, he will be sold. He will be spoken for. And then Annus was grabbed right away on Friday evening. So I want to shout out everybody who participated in our Black Friday flash sale. Thank you so much. Everything sold except for I think like the micro. But we do still have some customs if you guys are looking for horses. I have stuff in stock. But I will introduce the boys. So we have Unus and Annus. And I'll start with Annus. Now I had some people comment, somehow these horses reached an actual Unus Annus fan group, which I think was like insane, like incredible, but insane. So I just want to say, like, you know, thanks to everybody who shared these horses, and, you know, like all the feedback I've gotten and all the positivity I've gotten from these two horses. It's just been awesome, you know, and I can't thank you guys enough for being so supportive. But this is Annus, and Annus is he could be dominant white, but he does have one brown eye and one blue eye, and he mirrors Unus, so they actually, from this angle, both of these have blue eyes. If you switch them around, they both have brown eyes on that side. But they are super fun, super cool horses. I got to use all my pearly stuff on this guy, and I mixed in some like interference colors in his eye. He's got really pretty shell hooves. I shaded his frogs and everything, and then he's got some nice pearly pink shading. And then on his barrel, it says Memento Mori, and then his name and my signature in 2020. So that is Annus. And I love Dundee. Those of you guys who know me, who have been following for a while, I really, really love Dundee. So that was a super fun custom for me to work on, because I always wanted to do a white Dundee. I'm finally getting to the point where I can sit down and customize horses in ways that I really want to do. So that was one that I'm like, I have to do a white Dundee. And when I got the idea for an Unus Annus tribute model, it's like, yes, we'll make Mark Dundee. That will work. And for Unus, we have Troubadour, which is the new sculpture by Kylie Parks for Breyer. So this guy's from the Premier Club. So that's why he went up for offers, versus where Annus versus where Annus just went up for straight sale. So Unus actually employed like some new techniques that I am working on, which includes mixing Pearl X into my airbrush paint. I have never done that before. I have worked with Pearl X, but exclusively at the Stone Factory, which is already mixed. Shout out to Audrey for mixing up all those pearl colors for us. You are wonderful. But I've never actually like mixed stuff into my own paint. So I got a bunch of Pearl X paint and I went, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try this. So already, you know, these horses were pushing me into trying something totally new. And for those of you who saw the Blue Bador picture on our Instagram, yeah, he was the brightest blue underneath that I have ever had on a model. It was so much fun, and I almost want to do like just a model like that. But I also thought that was also a really cool connection back to Unus Annus and Crank Gameplays. Ethan, back when he had his blue hair, everybody, you know, the nickname that everybody gave Ethan, so I thought that was really fun too. But this guy looks like two different horses, depending on what side you look at him at. So here is side A and side B. And he is a minimal splash, which can occur in Morgan's, and actually the original Troubadour was a max splash, like a really complex splash pattern. But I just wanted to do something that would allow me to have this kind of a face marking. And a lot of people commented and said, oh man, Phantom of the Opera horse. Like, yeah, that too. You know, you could totally see that in this horse. I did think about, because I wanted his bald face to look kind of like a skull, is I thought about giving him like a black patch that went up in here, but I thought that was almost a little bit too much like the original Troubadour. He did, however, get a nose spot. And then his eye on this side is blue, along with he has one stripe in his tail on this side from the Splash gene. I am in love with his feet. he has some awesome, awesome feet. And then on the bottoms, I put the 2 feet that are touching the ground, they got the Unus Annus spiral. And on his belly it says Unus, Memento Mori, and then my signature. So I really want to say thank you to all of you, and then again to Ethan and Mark for, you know, inspiring me to do something different and to make the content that I want to make, you know, despite everything going on in the world. So here's to my last semester of college and whatever the future holds. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.